G'day movie lovers and welcome back to Bullshit Review Hub. Today we're going to have a chat about an absolute comedy legend. And no, it's not just about Adam Sandler, it's about his iconic role in Happy Gilmore. Seeing as the sequel is really coming up close, I thought it was time to revisit this absolute classic of a movie. So won't you grab your clubs, maybe even a hockey stick, sit back and we'll swing into 1996 and see why this film still hits as hard as Shooter McGavin at a buffet table. And also guys, don't forget to hang around to the end because we've got some behind the scenes footage and some did you knows that even I didn't know about this movie. So let's buckle up, sit down and swing into 1996 guys and revisit Happy Gilmore. Alrighty, so here's the rundown. Happy Gilmore follows the story of a failed hockey player who stumbles into a totally different sport. Golf. Because I tell you what guys, he's got one hell of a swing.
You boys are gonna pay for that!
And after finding out his grandmother's house is being repossessed by the tax agents,
No, I don't hate you.
Happy joins the PGA Tour to win prize money and save her home. But golf isn't ready for this unfiltered, rage-filled wild card.
Oh, I wanted to, but I just couldn't do it.
From the epic fight with Bob Barker
And you want a piece of me? I don't want a piece of you. I want the whole thing.
to terrorizing caddies and heckling Shooter McGavin, Happy shakes up the polite golf world and wins the hearts of fans. It's crude, it's chaotic, and it's Sandler at his peak, and one of his breakout roles, guys. Now let's talk characters. To me, Happy Gilmore is what happens when you give a hockey goon a golf club and put him on a mission. Like, I don't think there'd be a bigger mission than having to save your grandmother's house that raised you. He's angry, aggressive, but somehow lovable, and Adam Sandler portrays that really well. And I don't know if many people remember it or have seen it, but if you actually watch him in Airheads with Brendan Fraser, he's actually got a lot of his characters that you see in his movies like Billy Madison, Little Nicky, actually in that one movie, because he plays a character in that who's a pool boy who really they don't think is on the same level as everyone else. And then of course we got Shooter McGavin. I feel, even though it's not like, you know, your normal horror really flick, he actually plays an excellent villain in this one for a comedy movie. And his name is Christopher McDonald. And you know, I still feel one of the best lines that he ever got hit with in that movie was,
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
and all he could come back with was,
No.
and then you got Julia Bowen, who plays Virginia Bennett. Happy Gilmore's love interest and PR handle. She's smart, grounded, and constantly trying to save Happy from himself. And of course, we have the legend Carl Weathers as Chubb Peterson, a one-handed golf mentor with a vendetta against alligators. Now that gave us pure comedy gold, guys. And as well, you get to see Carl Weathers in plenty of other movies. He's Apollo Creed, he's in Predator, and he's also in The Mandalorian. We love you, Carl Weathers. Rest in peace. Just like to jump in quickly, guys, and say thank you to all my old subs for liking and watching my videos. Anyone that's new that's watching that's made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe, and continue to hang around, guys, because you still got the behind the scenes and the did you knows coming at the end. Now let's get back into this video. And to me, everyone, the reason why Happy Gilmore still works almost 30 years later, it's got heart, it's got madness, you got golf balls getting smashed on top of rooftops, it's pretty much utter chaos at a comedy level. The jokes are really tight and they hit you like a hockey punch. The movie actually makes you want to root for Happy Gilmore to achieve his goal and save his grandmother's house. Even though, you know, he's a bit eccentric and obviously not the right person for golf, that's a definite, but he brings across this just like, you know, a hard yakka kind of guy, blue collar, underdog story that comes up and always gets us, you know, at the end when the underdog comes over the top and wins. And as well in it, you got the characters, you got Shooter McGavin, you got Julia Bowen who plays Happy's love interest. Everything in this movie seems to tie together really well. And you gotta love Carl Weathers as Chubb Peterson, especially the scene when they get to go to the, you know, we call it over in Australia the putt-putt, the mini golf place. And that scene is, you know, it really stuck with me forever, you know. You're gonna die, clown! You think that's funny? He goes up and smashes the clown's nose. Like, Happy Gilmore was just one of those movies from the 90s that really popped up and made you look at Adam Sandler in a different way and, oh, this guy might be able to produce or give us a little bit more comedy than what we thought. To me, it's like Caddyshack, but with a lot more, you know, fists getting thrown and a little bit more violence in it, which isn't too good, you know, isn't too bad to see, that was for sure, because I actually didn't mind good old Caddyshack, and that was a really good, you know, sort of spoof golf movie. And next thing you know, Happy Gilmore come out, and it was another spoofed, you know, sports genre movie, and it was an absolute classic. Happy Gilmore isn't just a fan favorite, everyone. It's a cultural moment. The happy swing become a real life move. Golfers, pro and amateur, have actually used it. Even Tiger Woods admitting to trying it in practice. Plus, the film launched Adam Sandler into a new level of stardom. Without Happy Gilmore, we might not have The Waterboy, Big Daddy, Billy Madison, Little Nicky, or any other great Adam Sandler movies that we have today.
You could trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up. Now you will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep.
And as well, just to add into that one, I can actually remember even when we first seen the movie and got to go to a golfing range, and we tried the Happy Gilmore swing to the point where we actually got in trouble by the owner of the driving range, and we were told to stop doing the Happy Gilmore swing, to the point where if you even go back there now, they've actually got a sign that says no Happy Gilmore swings. Now, that's a little cultural impact for you right there, guys. So my final thoughts about Happy Gilmore, everyone, are pretty simple. It's an epic movie from the 90s and one of my beloved favorites, and even to the point now that my 13-year-old son, he's at that age, he's allowed to watch those movies, and we sit down and watch Happy Gilmore together. It's one of the best movies of the 90s. It's, you know, a sports spoof movie pretty much. It's got comedy, it's got fighting, it's got cars, you know, running into people. It's got Adam Sandler at his absolute best, I reckon. I reckon that's one of his peaks in the comedy, because he was able, you know, to let loose and realistically go crazy with the character that he was playing. And yeah, it did come across as, you know, an underdog, blue collar kind of a story, working its way up to winning. And yeah, guys, I can't really explain anything else much about it. Like, you have to, if you haven't seen it, definitely go check out Happy Gilmore 1 before we get to number 2, because you have to see number 1 before at least you're gonna, you know, kind of understand what number 2 is anything about. But as usual, guys, what did you think at home? Is Happy Gilmore still a hole-in-one for you guys, or do you think, you know, Happy Gilmore sort of run his course and you can't wait to see the sequel? And stick around, because we're going to have a quick chat about the new sequel that's coming up. Now, let's have a chat about the new one, guys. Happy Gilmore 2, the sequel. I didn't believe it was real at first, because, you know, on YouTube you get a lot of, you know, fans creating their own little trailers and everything, but once you see that Netflix had a handle on it and that Adam Sandler was back in it, wow, I was truly excited to hear that they were going to do a Happy, you know, Gilmore 2 sequel, and especially since, you know, of course, love the original one. But then, again, a little bit apprehensive, because I'm not too sure how they're going to go about it. Is it going to be another awesome Happy Gilmore, or is it just a money grab to try and, you know, reach on for another sequel that maybe we shouldn't have, and we should have just left it at number 1? And one of the other cool things when you look into it is, of course, Adam Sandler's back as Happy Gilmore, but you've also got Julia Bowen coming back around as his wife this time, and Kristen McDonald comes back as Shooter McGavin. Can't wait to see that one, because the little trailers and little sneak peeks that we have doesn't look like the Happy and Shooter are, you know, friends at all. It still looks like they're pretty angry with each other and very animated together, that's for sure. And the last person that was returning that I thought was really cool, because of course poor Carl Weathers can't come because he's passed away, rest in peace Carl Weathers, we love you bud, is Ben Stiller. He's actually returning to portray his character as Hal, the fellow that was running the retirement village, and not the nicest character, but still a crack up of a character.
Check out the name tag, grandson. You're in my world now.
And one of the new casts that's joining that's really cool is Bad Bunny. Now, you would have seen Bad Bunny out of Bullet Train. He was the Mexican fella that came after Brad Pitt. Now, he is a crack up of a character, and it'll be awesome to see how he portrays himself in this one. As well, I found out that Eminem himself is actually going to be in this movie. Now, that would be really cool to see how he is in this movie. Now, let me give you guys a little bit of what the story is going to be for Happy Gilmore 2. So here's the setup, everyone. It's been 30 years since Happy won the tour championship. Now he's a retired golf legend.
Happy Gilmore sucks?
Oh, eat a bag of...
But he's getting back in the game to help pay for his daughter, Rihanna's ballet school. So, you know, guys, he's got another mission on his hands, just like he had in the first one, saving his grandmother's house. And also, that's right, Happy's a dad now. But standing in his way, you guessed it, here he comes again, Chris McDonald, Shooter McGavin. This guy's still holding a grudge, and now he wants his title back and his yellow jacket. Here's some predictions and what I'm looking for of possibly what might happen out of Happy Gilmore 2. We definitely need to see Happy versus Shooter, match again, possibly even a little bit of WWE, UFC, possibly even a goat car chase. That would be pretty epic to see, as well as wouldn't mind a little bit of a Bob Barker reference, because it would be cool to see if goddamn Bob Barker beat me up or something like that in there. Maybe a Chubb statue, that would be pretty cool to see as well. And who knows, let's just throw in maybe a cameo for Tiger Woods, just to see if might cause some chaos, and let's just stir it up and see how we go, because we already know that Eminem's popping up, so maybe Tiger Woods and Eminem have a golf match together. That'd be pretty cool to see. But honestly everyone, whatever they cook up, as long as they keep the heart and the madness like they did in the first one, I think we're honestly going to have a hole-in-one and we're all going to love this sequel. But as usual, we won't know until it actually comes out, and then everyone's got their own opinions, even I do, but fingers crossed it's going to be a good sequel. Alright everyone, thank you for hanging around if you did for the bonus section and behind the scenes little, did you knows, and they are pretty cool. Right, first off the bat, we have, did you know that Bob Barker didn't actually use a stunt double in that scene? The fella was 72 and he still threw hands like he was a young fella, and he even requested that he win the fight. Now, Bob Barker is an absolute legend, and then to even hear that he was throwing hands with, Happy Gilmore in that time, epic. Gotta love you, Bob.
Now you've had enough, bitch.
Here's one that would have turned out weird if it didn't actually happen. Christopher McDonald actually turned down the role of Shooter McGavin twice because he didn't actually want to play another villain in a movie. Some people, they sort of get stuck and pigeonholed into that sort of genre, a little bit like Willem Dafoe, whereas if you play a good villain, that's what you're going to play the rest of the movies, and he didn't really want that. But after he honestly read the script, he was like, stuff it, this looks like it's going to be gold, and I'm in on it. And luckily he did, because we might not have had the Shooter McGavin that we love and know now. This next one is an absolute crack up. Did you know that that swing that Adam Sandler does was actually real? He actually trained with pro golfers for months to try and get that swing right, and then he even was doing up to 400 drives a day just to nail that bad boy. Well, that kind of makes sense now that when I went to the driving range with my mates, we couldn't nail it out the first time and possibly broke a couple of heads of the drivers, and that's what made, the owner of the driving range not that happy about it. But it's pretty cool to see that even Adam Sandler back then had, he pumped that out. He didn't want to CGI it or have someone else stunts coming into his swing. He actually wanted to be the person to do that swing, and he nailed that bad boy out. Did you know, guys, that in Happy Gilmore, Carl Weathers actually improvised a lot of his lines, and one of the best ones that he got that even Adam Sandler cracked up of was,
"Damn alligator bit my hand off."
Oh my God!
Yeah.
That actually made Adam Sandler crack up, and they had to redo it a couple of times so he'd be able to compose himself. Now, good old Carl Weathers, he could improvise.
Get off of me!
He just easing the tension, baby. Just easing the tension.
Use it on someone else.
Now, this one was really cool and interesting, and the one that I really didn't know about was actually the co-writer Tim Hurley actually based this movie off a real person. One of his friends in college was not that great at hockey, but for some reason really good at golf. Bang. That struck up the idea for Happy Gilmore, and without that, we would not have seen that 1996 masterpiece. So, thank you to Tim Hurley for making this off one of his mates. And gotta love that mate, whoever he was, underneath it all, he knows he's the real Happy Gilmore, and that's pretty cool to know. Alrighty everyone, as usual, we've come to the end. Now, what did you actually think about Happy Gilmore? Was Happy Gilmore the peak of Adam Sandler, or are there a couple of other movies that you really think were better than Happy Gilmore? Why don't you drop that down in the comments? As well, are users hyped about, Happy Gilmore 2, the sequel? Do you think it's actually going to be really good, or are they going to flop it just because, they're out for a bit of a money grab? As well, drop that down in the comments and let me know, guys. And as usual, guys, I'd like to thank all my old subs for liking and watching my videos. I love you all and appreciate you. And anyone that's new that's watching that's made it this far, don't forget to like, subscribe, and go onto my page. You might like some of my other videos. Just check them out. And as usual, guys, I will catch you on the next one.